这个故事如果你听起来不累，那么你的英语能力在美国日常生活是完全够用的。要持续提升英文，记得点击订阅按钮。我们开始吧。
Okay, let's be real. We've all been there. You're laughing with coworkers about how your manager is always sneaking up behind people. And just like that, you feel a tap on your shoulder. He's standing right there, smiling. What's the first thing that pops into your head? Speak of the devil. It's a phrase we all know. But where did it come from? The real story is darker and much more interesting than you think. It's not just about awkward moments. It's about ancient fears. Our story starts not in an office, but in a tiny, remote English village in the 1600s. Life was hard. The woods were deep and dark. People believed in things we can't even imagine today. They truly thought that words had power. That speaking the name of something evil could actually invite it into your home. Meet Thomas, the blacksmith. He was a big man with a loud voice. He wasn't a bad guy, but he loved a good story. Especially a scary one. He'd spread rumors without thinking. He'd exaggerate details for a laugh. People were entertained, but they were also nervous. They worried his loose tongue would attract trouble. One stormy night, a group of villagers were huddled inside the tavern. The wind was whipping the rain against the windows. It was the kind of night where you stayed inside. The conversation turned to Old Man Hemlock, a recluse who lived deep in the forest. No one knew much about him. Strange lights were seen near his cabin. Weird sounds were heard. Thomas, of course, had the wildest theory. "He's not just a lonely old man," Thomas whispered, leaning in close. "I've heard he makes pacts. He talks to shadows. He can hear his name on the wind." The room fell silent. You could only hear the fire crackling. Each person imagined something worse than the last. A woman shivered. A man tightened his grip on his mug. They were speaking the unspeakable. They were daring the darkness to listen. And then it happened. A massive boom shook the heavy wooden door. Everyone jumped. A second later, the door swung open slowly. A figure stood in the doorway, silhouetted by a flash of lightning. He was tall, draped in a soaking wet, dark cloak. Water dripped onto the floor. The room was frozen in pure terror. No one moved. No one breathed. For a long moment, the stranger just stood there, scanning the frightened faces. Then, Thomas, his voice trembling, managed to speak. Not a shout, just a horrified gasp. "Speak. Speak of the devil." The phrase was born in that heartbeat of sheer fear. It wasn't a joke. It was a genuine, heart-stopping belief that their words had summoned evil itself. The stranger, as it turned out, was just a lost traveler. But the damage was done. The lesson was learned. The expression spread like wildfire across the country as a serious warning. Over hundreds of years, it lost its terrifying edge and became the casual phrase we use today. So next time you say "speak of the devil" with a chuckle, remember Thomas in that tavern. Remember how powerful our words can feel. It connects you directly to a moment of real fear from centuries ago. It's a little piece of history we use every day. It reminds us that sometimes, the most ordinary phrases have the most extraordinary beginnings.
你太棒了，你学完了全部内容，你离英语自由又近了一步，下个视频见。